thinking about it, Vala. Oh, okay, guys, welcome back to the second interview with another one of our graduates as a medical intuitive. Now, Vala and I have known each other for a long time. We started our journey in Theta, and she's been with me pretty much in every single Q&A, all 300 hours. She's been working insane amounts and doing tons of private work. She's an incredible healer, an incredible mother, and a phenomenal spiritual teacher. And I'm so lucky and blessed to have her practicing this new modality in the world, and just to have had her by my side, really, because she was 100% one of my best students, and she really pushed me in lots of ways. She was pushing me about, working with kids. All the things I was trying to avoid, Vala was like, answer me. Right, so she brings out that greatness in you, and she did it for me, so she will definitely do it for you. I'm gonna let her introduce herself to you, tell you a little bit more about what she does and how she serves and who she is. Go for it, Vala.
Thank you. So first of all, thank you for this space, and I'm very, very excited to be here and very honored to be in your space, because I feel that I've grown by, it feels like that the last 6 months have felt like a century in terms of growth. And I don't have any idea on how I actually managed to pull it all together. It was quite a miracle just being able to show up and just to be in your space. So thank you for that. So I'm Viola, I'm Italian, and I'm based in Italy, although I've spent almost a decade in London, where I actually started my journey to healing. And I approached healing from a body work perspective, because I trained as a certified massage therapist at first. But then I realized only just a few days ago how the body has always been there in the background. So I was a professional athlete in my teens. And then I suppose that sport kind of initiated me into this, experience of really healing the body. Then I became a massage therapist, then I became a mother. And then here I am just doing medical intuition. It's something that I've never thought I was going to end up doing, which is pretty incredible. And the body was there all along. So it was meant to be this way. It made all perfect sense already. I just only now noticed that it was all, perfectly planned, which is quite incredible. How incredible is life, isn't it?
It's incredible just looking at you, actually, because so much of the hardness and the because life has been really hard on you. You've been through so much.
It has, yeah, it has. And actually it's safe for me to admit that, which is quite something, because I would never allow myself to actually say, yes, I had, challenges, and life has been really hard on me. So the level of trust that I now feel within myself just by admitting this and just saying this out loud is the sign that I've healed so much and so many different aspects of myself that I wasn't probably even acknowledging before. So this is already a miracle in itself.
Oh, Vala's like the one, guys, that if you're sitting and going, I've got an immovable obstacle, right? There's a mountain. How do I go around it in a graceful way? She is so strong and so kind, and she gets, like all of us, angry or true, but she never gives up. Like, this woman is like a force. She's like relentless, like water hitting on rocks. She's getting through. There's nothing stopping her.
I guess that comes from sports. Like, I've got that resilience, right? I will never give up, and I'm very competitive though. So I will get there. Don't know how, but I will get there.
She says it comes from sports, right? I say it comes from God, 100%. She's like, I'm going right through.
Yeah.
No, it's such an incredible resilience in you that I think so many of us, especially women, we have that idea that we're weak or that we're fragile, and that somehow is more feminine than our fierceness and our strength. And I so recognize that in you, and I honor that in a massive way, because I think it's incredible.
Thank you. And I think that now what I have in my hands is just the awareness of how to merge that strength and resilience with the loving compassion that I kind of had, but I wasn't able to activate it just yet. And this is what this experience brought to me, was just the ability to generate that level of compassion and presence with myself, so that I can be unshakable, but kind at the same time, because my tendency was to be very direct, very, very much like, like an arrow, which is great, but sometimes is too strong, sometimes it's too much. So I've learned how to bring that sweetness as well, and bring that kindness, first of all, to myself, and then obviously to all the people that bump into my energy, all the people that I have around, which it's been phenomenal. It's been really great.
It's such an incredible gift that you're giving our audience, because so many of us, especially when we're psychic and we know the truth and it comes to us so easily, and we get so frustrated with people who are in denial about the truth, or who won't face the truth, or who won't be honest, because we take our strength for granted.
Yeah.
And learning that kindness and the unity is massive. I remember Archangel Michael showing me that the truth was like a sword that was so sharp that it could like slice through a feather in midair, and that you didn't need to be forceful. But it took me a decade to master what you figured out in 6 months.
Well, and you said it really, really beautifully there. It's just, I find that I finally understood the magical ingredients for healing, because I used to be one of those people that probably pushed or forced and hustled. And now I really realize that it's not about that. It's just the allowance. And if you are able to just even sit back a little bit and witness and just do nothing and be still, there is such power in that presence that I now embody somehow. And obviously there is more to come for sure, but I now feel it. I now feel that I deeply understand it. And I was not able to understand that before.
That's an incredible shift. That's an incredible shift to have gotten from the, but we did build an incredible community.
I'm so pleased and so happy to have found so many incredible women. The strength that was created in that group is incredible, and I found friends, not only colleagues, but friends, which is so nurturing, is so precious.
It's ridiculous, because when you do it, you just like, it's very different from you holding space, and I've taken that very seriously, because I think not only do I think you guys deserve it, but it's what I would have wanted. I think when you are strong, so often people lean on you, even mentors, even teachers, when what you need the most is a safe space for you to grow. So I have really held that space, and then at times that's meant distance. But especially when I was watching all your case studies, I had to do like a Netflix binge watch of all the case studies last week, right? All the healings, how much you guys nurture each other inside the Q&As, when you were struggling with things inside the group, and your genuine curiosity, like you were unstoppably curious as to, why does this work here and it doesn't work there? How can I be flexible? How can I dance with this, you know? And I've genuinely never seen anything like it. And when I was I love the modality that I've created, but I think in your guys' hands, it's going to be something beyond anything I ever imagined it could possibly be.
It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be a game changer. It's going to be a game changer. Okay, let me have a look so I don't get lost here. So how soon after you joined the course did you start to see things happening or things changing?
Well, I've seen things happening before I even started, because I chose to embark in this journey. The moment you put it out there, I thought, okay, this is it. And I kind of told myself that I was doing it for my son. But, truly, I was stepping into my life purpose, and I needed a reason, and my son was the reason. But then if I really need to be honest, I was just ready for it. And it was such great timing. And I'm one of those people that already, I feel the energy changing before I even start. So It was a little overwhelming, but I had dreams. I had activations, I had insight coming through. I don't know where from, just even before you even sent out the first manual.
For me, voila, for me.
But it's funny how I'm now able to look back and laugh about it, because it was all happening already. And I suppose that this is already happening for the next round of people, because if there's already a magnet or a vortex of energy that is, you know, putting everything in aligned to this.
Well,
and it's
I have
so magical.
I have conversations with you guys. I'm not kidding. I genuinely, and I had that when I was pregnant with my son and I was bringing this through. I had that throughout the course. And it sounds, you know, when you're psychic, it sounds a bit bonkers. But there I am wondering, can you really hear me? Are you really getting me? Because
I could. You came to my dreams.
but I genuinely have a journal. It's just for you guys, right? That I really pour my heart and my thoughts, and because I think that part of being in someone's vortex is not just what I can say. And a lot of what I can say, I put into modules of work, but so much of what I can't say, which is the experiences, but also, you know, things that I'm not allowed to say because the world isn't ready for it yet in different times, that you still need. So I can send it out energetically, and I can, and it's exactly what I said. It's that I give as I get, and I don't necessarily, I'm very much in channel and in flow and in growth and expansion myself. So there are often things coming through that I didn't plan to give, and it wasn't, you know, it's just happening.
I still wonder, how do you get so much knowledge? You know, it's incredible. It's incredible. And I just pair up what Alexandra just said. The amount of knowledge, the amount of content, the amount of information, material, call it whatever you want to call it, that you provided us with is mind-blowing, is just incredible. It's, you know, I don't have words to describe it. It's just beautiful.
Okay, so best thing that changed because of the course, biggest shift, biggest win, as it were.
Well, I think that I've won myself back.
Did you just say that to me?
Yeah, I think, I told you, I think that I feel I had my awakening, because I'm not one of those people who woke up one day with psychic gifts. I mean, I know I have them, and they've always been there, but this time my awakening was a heart awakening, was a different awakening. And I feel, I keep on talking about compassion, but it's so simple, such a no-brainer. But if you don't experience it, you don't know what it's like. And I think that I really have reclaimed myself back, especially I learned how to really give that level of compassion to myself that I really was missing, because I wasn't able to be at peace with that wounded part of me. And, you know, now that I know what it feels like, I can really teach it. I can really help my clients do the same. I can really understand what they're going through on a much deeper way than I was before. But I really feel that I've healed my heart. That's what it feels to me. And it's so simple, yet so deep.
It's the reason I go through our heart into the heart of the multiverse instead of the mind, or instead of leaving the body through a crown chakra, is exactly because of what you just said. Is that for me, all of my diseases, and I've had many autoimmune diseases, accidents, you know, fatty liver disease, every disease that I have had has come from dissociation. A part of myself I had no compassion for. And for me, because I thought I was too good for anger, right? I was just like numb. I was like floating in hyperspace. So for me, like, I was so compassionate to other people, and I just didn't have it for myself.
Same.
And that's one of the biggest things. Like, how the hell do you teach something like that? And that's where, you know, when you guys are telling me that you got it, because I was genuinely so scared of, you know, letting you guys down or disappointing you. And yeah, I'm not going to lie to anyone. I get very vulnerable, guys, especially when it comes to teaching. And I do think we live in a generation, not all online coaches or spiritual teachers, but a lot of lecturing in theory and not enough support and connection. And I think that was really the hardest thing, but also the most transformative thing was how much you guys needed me and how much I needed you.
Yeah.
And I didn't want that to be real, because everything in the world tells you shouldn't be that. You should have like this. But when I was like there, it was just what was supposed to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember God saying to me, "Why are you so afraid of being needed? Why are you so afraid of being wanted? You've wanted to be wanted your whole life."
Yeah.
Right? It was such a vulnerable thing. And that was because of you.
Yeah, I feel the same. And I wasn't even aware how dissociated I was. And I suppose that this is something that really gets me very passionate, especially having a child as well with disability and having had my own life experiences, is that we are all traumatized. We are all somehow traumatized. And what I would like to do is, like, I want to make trauma mainstream in a way that I want to take that darkness away of this word, because we need to approach trauma with a different perspective. We all have traumas. We are all a little bit broken somewhere. But, we need to actually be brave enough to sit with ourselves, to be able to reclaim those parts. And this is what I feel this course gave me, was the tools. Probably I had the courage. I didn't have the know-how. Just sit there and just wait for these parts to come back to me and be open to receive them. So I received obviously more support. I received more money because my workflow actually increased. I received so much appreciation and praise and love from everyone that I didn't even know I was worthy of it. So it's incredible. And I feel that this is just the beginning. I feel that I need to move through my imposter syndrome, which is there as well, but I'm doing it. And I now do what it takes. I now don't let that stop me. I want to be visible. I want to bring this piece of work, and which is a masterpiece, to the world. And God knows what is going to happen next. I wonder what else is coming. I'm curious and ready.
I wonder what else is coming. So do I, Wallace. Oh, okay. So you spoke about having a son who's also differently abled. What would you say? Because I think this is the biggest question that I get asked. Like, we're moms. We don't have, most of us don't have any extra time, never mind the extra money or the resources. Or we're very, very busy, especially if we're successful, already doing something. So what would you say to the spiritual teachers and the moms who are going, I can feel this is for me, but I'm scared?
First of all, that I do 100% believe how they feel. And it's not that they're not able or not capable or not good enough. And second, it's something that really, really helped me was planning. I had to teach myself how to plan my days, plan my weeks in a way that I could make it all happen. And obviously, having a child, even just a very healthy child, is not a job that just one single person can do by itself, especially if they have a career or, if they work. So just get support, get support before you're ready, because I postponed it and I procrastinated so much because deep down, I think I didn't believe I was worthy of receiving that support. But when I did, I thought, okay, why the hell didn't I do this before? What was I waiting for? And it does make a huge difference in the quality of my life, but also in the relationship that I have with my son as well, and in the relationship with everyone around me, because I'm much more available. I'm not as tired. I'm not as stressed. I'm not as nervous. And obviously I have the time and the space to do what I love. And that obviously that fills my heart. So I'm much more happier when I'm around other people too. I don't need to fight my way to have an hour for myself, right?
Yeah.
And so support, planning, and boundaries as well. Let people know that you need that time for yourself, that you're doing what you're doing and that you want to, that's important for you and that you need to focus on it.
Yeah, I think that I'm going to slow down because I think what Wala said is so critically important, and it echoes what Alexandra said. It's what I teach the whole way through. It's that your gift is going to save lives. And it's going to save many, many lives. And you live in a world that's still at that stage where the truth is being ridiculed, right? The belief that you have the power to heal your own body is still like something that most people think is insane. Like Gandhi says, first they make fun of it, then they radically oppose it, and then they accept it as a permanent truth, right? But the science has already proven it. We already know, right, that what they call the placebo, which is the power of belief, is just as powerful as everything else they have so far. Yeah. And when you believe your gifts aren't important, then you don't get the support, and you don't give yourself that space because you think it's just about you. And particularly, I think we have so much mommy guilt, this idea that if we're not there 24 hours a day, that we're not raising our own children. And that's such a lie. You know, they need quality time with us. They don't just need us to be the cleaners and the cooks in the house. They need to know who their mothers are, and they can't do that if we're not being who we are. You know, that what she just said is that the organization that comes from divine right order, guys. There's a reason, right, that an embryo turns into a baby and a seed turns into an oak tree, and that's called organization. It's so important. It's in your cells. It's in your DNA. And this chaotic thing of I don't know where I'm going to be or when I'm going to be there, that's a powerful form of self-harm.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know when you're going to stop or when you're going to rest, you will create hypervigilance. Your nervous system will never be able to switch off. And that's so much more than about becoming a medical intuitive. That's about you stepping into your power and actually being able to enjoy your life. Right. And that's what she just put so beautifully in that container. It's not a want. These things are haves. These things are needs, not wants. Right. If you want to support other people, if you want to make massive impact, you need support, not want support. Right. It's just core, and you need organization. You don't want organization. And if that part of you is kicking off that hates authority and hates organization, hates planners, that's healing that you have to do.
Yeah, that's a wound, because that was for me. That's what's the case for me. I thought that was discipline and being controlling, and I refused it for a very long time. Only then to understand that I needed that structure, I needed that planning, I needed that support, and there was nothing controlling about it. It was just the foundation I needed to be able to just do my work properly, just to show up properly and to be at service.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to these beautiful women?
What can I add? Oh, you know what I really liked? When you said that we are spiritual athletes, which for me was, I giggled with that, because I started as a professional athlete, then to become a spiritual athlete. So I love that definition, and I think I will use it again. And it's very beautifully accurate, because, well, the same way an athlete needs to, eat well and train many hours a day and take care of their, the mindset, and take care of the body, then we also do the same. We need the same amount of self-care. So it's very, very important. And it's actually a priority now in my life. I wake up at 6, I do my stuff before the day starts. And I'm very mindful which kind of energies I engage with, or who I talk to. And I really, I put myself first. And that's massive for me. It's a massive gift that it came as a contra effect of this course, but it's a massive, massive gift. So thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us, darling. And I'm going to put the link to Wala's website and her Facebook page and stuff in the comments section, guys, in the comment section. Okay, I love you all so much.
Thank you so much, Sky.
Thank you,
Bye.
guys. Bye.